Okay, here we are at Viared airfield with our beautiful little MiniMax 1500. I think it's R. Whoa, where did my mouse go? Hello. Okay. Yeah, MiniMax 1500R Sport standard by Emerald Scenery Design. Never heard of Emerald Scenery Design before, but they are going places if they continue with this kind of aircraft. I flew it a little bit yesterday, and I fell in love. It's just what you want. If you have like an hour or so, and you just want to go up and fly in the simulator, looking at the scene or anything, it's a fun little airplane to do that in. Also, I am so I mean, I'm an avid RC plane flyer, and I build my own aircrafts, and I could build this with foam board in a day. An RC version of this aircraft with foam board and just wooden skewers, and yeah, I have all the electronics and everything. So I'm actually a little bit. I'm thinking of doing that. Maybe I even have a ready wing in my cupboard. Anyhow, they have gone all in with all the covers and everything, and that's fun. Okay, I think they're all gone now. If I remove this, the last time I removed it, I forgot that I hadn't set the handbrake, so it started to roll on me. But no, there is one more, the pitot heat. Okay. Amazing. I really like this aircraft. I really, really do. It can't be helped. Here we are in the cockpit. It's pretty luxurious here. Wooden inlays and everything. Or inlays, it's wooden. It's probably made of wood. So this is in real life, I think this is a kit airplane that you can buy and build yourself. And I think that MiniMax says minimum effort, maximum enjoyment. So it's made to just fly and have fun with. Let's start it up. First we have this little thing here. We can have wheel chocks, prop spinner, canopy tint, smoke generator, choke simulation. Yeah. And also what was I going to say? Yeah. That's about it. Yeah, about the prop spinner. So this is my only thing about with this aircraft is that they have used the standard I think there is some standard Microsoft Flight Sim spinner thing that they can use, the developers, and it's not that good, at least not on Xbox. It looks like a bunch of pixels spinning around, so I removed the spinner. Now it looks much more better. And let's get this thing in the air then. So master is off, avionics is off, throttle is idle, master on, we'll start, no, so we need some choke today. Fiddle a little bit with it. We let it go up to 2,500 RPMs. No, 1,500 RPM, I think. So much for me thinking I know the checklist. Start reduced slowly. Yeah, now we get 2,000 RPMs. $2,500 RPMs. Avionics. Transponder set. Sweden 7,000. Standby alt. And now we can remove the chokes. Whoop. And go over here and do the run up. Be really careful with the will end up in the on the nose. With the nose in the ground. 6,000 RPMs. Angry bee mode. Whoa! I freaking broke it. Yep. And they simulated broken propeller. They actually simulated a broken propeller. That's good. Okay, I'm happy. I'm really happy we did that. Yep, this is going to be the picture for this video. Absolutely. Thank you. Okay, let's redo this then. Is there any way we can fix this, or do I have to... What is the Saab doing here? This is not the airfield for that. Anyhow. Okay. I don't think I can fix this. So we'll have to do a restart. Okay. So how do I get it to 6,000 RPMs without plunging the nose into the ground? Okay. Let's do a quick runabout, removing all the stuff. We'll leave that. So you'll need a friend who can sit on the tail while you do the run up, I guess. Let's try this again. Did I remove the shocks? No. Okay. Whoop. Boop. Let it sit here for a while with a little bit of shock. kåk som vi säger. As we say in Swedish. So we'll do the run up here then. Wait for the temperatures to go up a little bit. Then we do 2,500 RPMs. Turn on avionics, which is basically this thing here. Check the transponder. Yeah. Okay. So what happens if I do the run up here? I'm really scared to doing this now. I'm guessing if the engine doesn't die on me, then it's okay. So wheel chocks off.
Echo Sierra Golf Echo traffic. SE tab Tango Alpha Bravo is taxiing to runway 22. Echo Sierra Golf Echo. Sierra Golf Echo traffic. SE tab Tango Alpha Bravo. Taking off runway 22. Departure to the south. Echo Sierra Golf Echo.
So we'll just go then. Yeah. The Beechcraft, that's more appropriate for this runway. Or plausible. Whoa. Cruise power is somewhere around 5,000, 6,000 I think in flight. Cruise 5,200 to 6,500. 190 to 130. So we are in the green. The city of Borås. And I want to locate 27. Which is the road I usually drive to work. Oh, I forgot to remove the compass and stuff from the outside. That's a pity. I did another video yesterday where I needed to see the time compression or the sim compression. Sim rate, it's called, yeah. So this, appropriately enough, we're actually coming up on our local RC field here. This is where we fly RC planes. This is a small field down here. This over here is a dog racing track. Greyhound. And I've never actually been. I should look there sometime and see. Look at that. It'll be kind of fun, I think. Just like flying RC planes, you trim it as well as you can, and then you use the throttle to do the fine tuning of the trim. So we're coming up on Route 27. 27 as we call it in Sweden, or in the area. In the wintertime, this bridge over here can be really slippery. This winter I saw at least there was one crash just before I came there, and then when I was driving home I think the same day, there was another car who had spun into the middle just before, like during the day, so it was like they were picking up debris and stuff. Luckily no one was hurt, and also there's like a middle fence on this road that catches the cars if you spin out. It absolutely destroys the paintwork, but it snares up the car so it stops as quick as possible. I think in this area here, actually it could be this farm here, you can go and ride Icelandic horses. it's kind of fun to fly the route that you fly, that you drive almost every day to work. Because you see stuff that you didn't know was there. You drive by every day. This lake here, and there's a whole village. There's an interesting road there. Maybe I'll do some, take the car out, do some driving around this area. Yeah, so this must be the village of Lockryd. Their lake, because this is the industrial park of Lockryd, and now we're in Svenljunga Municipal where I work. Here is the village of Viared. I went to the equivalent of middle school, 7th, 8th and 9th grade, together with those, but the kids for that same year. So now this roundabout I take, in this roundabout I take right. So the municipality of Svenljunga is quite large in area, small in population. The municipality of Gothenburg, so the municipality of Svenljunga, I think, is 5 times larger in area than the municipality of Gothenburg. This is the village of Sextrega. No, I didn't name it. Here is a speed camera. Oh, I have to do this before the forests grow up here. There is this road up here. You can drive up here, and up here somewhere you can park and look at the view all over this area here. It was a tip from a co-worker. I haven't done it yet. I have to do that. Sewer plant of Sextrega lies here, and when you drive by, depending on the wind, you have to turn on the button in the car where you can close off the air intakes. Sometimes it gets really smelly. And the river you can see here among the trees, snaking its way along the road, on the side of the road here. It's Ätran. Got plenty of, yes. Town of Holsljunga, and if you are into horses, maybe you've heard of the Broline company. They have their headquarters, I think, up here, and they have some things in this area too. Could be Broline, it's up here. I'm not totally sure. Yeah. So if I am getting this right, and I think I do, this is not a totally correct representation, of course, but let's see. So I work in this house here. And this is the old airfield in Holsljunga. It's decommissioned. Actually, it looks more like an airfield from up here than it does from the ground. The only thing that is left is the pole from the windsock, rusted. So this is very much not like it looks in real life. This is the the swimming pool, not the bath house, that's something else, but what do you call it? Swimming arena. This is the school called Skolan, and it's when you go when you start 9th grade, or 7th to 9th grade, all the children in all this municipality end up in this school, and they are still, and I was also taken there by bus. This, by the way, is this factory here. They make leathers for, among other things, car seats. This is Star Trading. They design and import lights, mainly for Christmas lights and so on, but also regular lamps. See, we're still following Ätran. So we'll continue on this road and we'll get to my parents' house where I grew up. funny thing with Microsoft and churches. In Sweden, we have these kinds of churches too, but most of them are white, white stucco, and they look almost the same because a long time ago we had a bishop called Tegnér who decided that all the churches in Sweden should look the same. So a lot of churches were torn down or rebuilt or changed. And actually my mother and stepfather who really likes to go visit churches, they're not like Christian or anything, or they don't have a faith in that sense, but they like to visit churches because they are beautiful, and yeah, it's part of the history, a big part of the history of Sweden. But they call all these white stucco churches for they call them Tegnér barns. So if you say, "Oh, have you been there, visited that church?" and they say, "Ah, well, it's a Tegnér barn. They all look the same." I think I missed my turn. Yep. No, it's right there. Oh, let's check speed. Be careful with this thing. I don't think it likes to go too fast. So this is the village of Axelfors. And here we need to take a right turn to the village where I grew up. here we are, the village of Holsljunga. This is the main village. This is the lower part of the village. So this is called the church village of Holsljunga. This is the Holsljunga main. This lake is called Holsjön. Lilla sjön, small lake. The church lake, Kyrksjön. I've done a lot of fishing in this lake. And here is the place where I grew up. Lots of, me and my father, we sometimes fly RC planes over this field here, sometimes over this field here, depending on what the farmer are doing with the field. There's a typical example of Microsoft Flight Sim. So this is the white stucco barn church. It's not this fancy in real life. So it's a so-so representation, but the buildings are in the correct place at least. You can look up Bredgården Holsljunga on internet. Bredgården Holsljunga. There are lots of Bredgården in Sweden, but Bredgården Holsljunga. Holsljunga. Stena, the Stone Island. So this lake has some deep spots. I think they are like 22 meters, but most of the lake is very shallow. So you have to be a bit knowledgeable if you are going to go on a boat here. For instance, in between here, there is just a shallow part where you can go up with a small boat around. You have to have someone in the front looking down the water. And then we have the beautiful beach of Holsljunga here. And there is a camping here, Holsljunga camping. And you can rent a room in the old an old folks house. I don't know what it's called in English. You rent and you can rent a cabin. And also here you have to look out when the water is low in the late summer. There are rocks poking out of the water everywhere here. We are flying over something called Näset. So there are lots of hiking. You can do a lot of hiking here. You can see there are lots of hiking roads, or not roads but trails in this area. So yeah, Kom visit Holsljunga. If you have a boat, there's a nice little beach here. You can see a lot of rocks. You know, you can see why it's known as the Stone Island. Thinking maybe we could fly over to the neighboring village of Överlida and then go back and land at the field beside my parents' house. So this is Överlida camping, also nice. I'm a bit biased though. You know, village rivalry and so on. No, I'm not. This is this is not Överlida camping. It's further on. Sorry. It's the next lake over. The road we are following here is called 154. 154. Here is Överlida camping. Evlida. Friend of mine, he grew up in this area here. We used to drive a lot of moped together. And my moped was so. It was like a three-wheeler one with two wheels in the front and one in the back. Called a shopper, not a chopper, but a shopper, like in shopping. You can Google it or search for it on the internet. It was bright yellow with a Husqvarna engine, automatic, and the what's it called? Spark plug, of course. The spark plug on that Husqvarna engine fouled up all the time. So my father, he put a small toolbox in the moped, so I could, when I was driving from Holsljunga to Evlida to my friend, I had to stop like at least once to unscrew the spark plug and clean it from slag. Father is, by the way, the one whom I have inherited my love of aviation from. So he is actually the reason we are flying here now. That ship isn't really native to this lake. However, this looks like a little bit like my father and my stepmother and a bunch of other people in the village. They built a steam paddle boat, but without the steam engine. They used an old tractor engine, I think, and used the tractor gearbox to steer the thing, so it had paddles on each side, and it was called Holsljunga Pärla, the pearl of Holsjön. Yeah. It's sadly gone now, but it was in the lake for quite a while, paddling along. Pier out here, and then you have so this is adapted for people with disability also, so you can, if you are in a wheelchair, it's easier to get in and out. We don't have a lift yet, but sometimes maybe we can get that too. And if you have children, this part of the lake, this beach here, is perfect. It's so shallow all the way out, so the children can play in the water, the edge of the water. And it's all sandy bottom, almost no stones or anything. I was actually here this weekend, celebrating Midsummer's Eve, big thing in Sweden. Okay, let's see if we can land this thing on Bregårdsgärde. So the place where I grew up is called Bregården, and this field around here is called Bregårdsgärde. Field of Bregården, or I don't know how to translate that really. So the houses are in the right place. Sometimes shadows and stuff in the simulator makes the AI do stupid things like this, but for what it is, it's good. It's really good. Things are where they are supposed to be, even though the colors are made up. How are we going to do that? This is going to be really, really interesting. Without stalling this thing. So my plan is to get this thing down here. Yo, oh. Yes. We made it. Even though we just plowed the field. Actually, there are big white hay balls here right now, because he just collected the first hay of the year. The farmer will turn off the avionics. And of course the battery on the controller is out. So this is just a barn, and here is actually a an old red what do you call it, where you do the smithing. Yeah. So this is better than Microsoft Flight Sim 2020, at least from the air, but from the ground, well, it's not that good representation. That's kind of a nice picture, actually. Let's use that. But without the house. Okay. Thank you for watching. Would be nice if you would like to subscribe. It would help my with the physics of YouTube. Maybe someone someday. Yeah, well, it was a fun flight. Hope you liked it. See you again, hopefully. Goodbye.